Okay, so this is the 51st over now. Seven wickets down. The possibility of wrapping up the tail is on the cards now. With only a, it's not a significant lead. The lead is only in the 40s. So the fact that Riverside have been able to win this game tells you more about Riverside's bowling rather than batting, because now things are starting to come apart a bit. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. Bit of an oohs and ahs as the ball comes back in towards the off stump, but seemingly comfortably left alone. Comes into bowl and tries to play the cut shot, but doesn't bounce enough, skids on, and so it is another dot ball there. And they've changed around the field now, so there's a slip, a gully, a point, a cover point, a cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, square leg. Comes into bowl. Oh, it's a Yorker, chops it, is able to swivel around, so he tried to play a leg glance and just was able to shift his ankles around in order to get his bat in place to hit the ball. Comes into bowl. And again, it's another Yorker that he tries to play a leg glance to, and he nearly gets himself caught up in a big mess, but luckily he's able to get his bat in the way. Stop that one. These dibbly-dabbly balls are very useful here. Comes into bowl. And this one, it's a bit of a full toss. He glances it to mid-wicket for another dot ball. Comes into bowl. And it's a full toss and he drives it to mid-off. So that's a maiden. End of the over. So the leg spinner is to continue to bowl from the Diamond Creek trail end. This is the 52nd over, and it's already got one. Can he get another? And it's a huge full toss, and it's driven and it's fielded straight at the fielder at point. So there are 2 points, I think a backward point and an orthodox point, and then there's a cover. So those are the three fielders, saving one on the offside. And oh, well bowled there. That one was a good length. The batsman thought about trying to play forward, but then realised he couldn't, so he swapped over and played back. Comes into bowl, and it's a bad ball, and it's pulled, and it's going down into the fine leg region. The fielder at backward square leg fields it and throws it in, and they just get the one run there. So now they've changed over the strike. Comes into bowl and pulls it. And it's another short ball, and it's going down to deep square leg again, and they get another one. Comes into bowl and tries to play onto the leg side. Well collected there by the fielder at mid-wicket. Comes into bowl and cut and fielded by point. End of the over, just a couple off it. Comes into bowl and left alone. This is the 53rd over. The lead is approaching 50. Comes into bowl and drives it, and it's an attempted catch, diving to his right, but he fails to get it, and so it goes into the deep cover region. They've got two. Are they going to go for a third on the arm? They do, and they make it 3 runs there. Once again, you get 1 through the ball getting away from the infield. You get the second as the fielder scoops up the ball, and you get your 3rd on the throw. So another 3 collected there. Comes into bowl. And it's a full toss, and he drives it, but harmlessly dribbles onto the leg side for a dot ball. And no, they're sticking to the same field. No changes there. Comes into bowl and tries to leg glance it, but awkwardly played there. But no harm done. Comes into bowl and pulls it, and it goes in the gap between the mid-wicket and square leg. It's going down to the mid-wicket boundary. They've gotten 2. Are they going to go for a 3rd on the arm? And I believe they have. So another excellent shot there. Comes into bowl and end of the over. Comes into bowl and tries to play the pull shot, and it goes down into the fine leg region. You've got 2. Are they going to go for a 3rd on the arm? They do. 3 more. Comes into bowl and drives it, and fielded there in the covers. And well played off the back foot. Comes into bowl and comfortably plays it onto the offside for a dot ball there. So as long as he doesn't drag it down, this leg spinner's bowling pretty well. I mean, he's giving it a real rip. He's keeping his arm very high up. Comes into bowl. Oh, now another drag down. And they'll just get the 1 down there to deep backward square.
Come on, Craig!
Comes into bowl and it's pulled or swept again down to deep backward square leg. They're going to get 2, a 2nd on the arm. End of the over. So this is the 55th over. Only 6 more to go before the 2nd drinks break. And it's Butler on to bowl, and he drives it into the covers for a dot ball. Comes into bowl And squirts it down to the third man region, but the gully runs around and secures it. Dot ball, very well fielded there. Well, it's not really a gully, it's a short third man. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. So, short third man, backward point, point, cover point, short extra cover, mid off, mid on, square leg, mid wicket, and that's it. No one in the deep, no one in close. Cut! And fielded there by the point. Well, when you have 4 or 5 fielders covering about 60 degrees of the ground, you're not likely to pierce that and get runs for it. And he blocks the half volley. Comes into bowl and plays it comfortably off the back foot. So, a good over there, end of the over. And so the leg spinner has finished his spell. And now we've got a new bowler on to bowl at the Diamond Creek trail end. This is the 56th over. 5 overs to go before drinks. And drives it. And fielded by mid-off, no run. So now they've brought up the field significantly. They've got gully slash third man, backward point, point, cover point, short extra cover, mid-off, comes into bowl and drives it back to the bowler for a dot ball. Then they've got mid-on, square leg, mid-wicket. So it's the same exact field. The only difference is really switching between a gully and a short third man. Comes into bowl. Oh! And he's bowled. The ball. What a ball! Moving in towards the batsman, going through the gate between bat and pad, and has been dismissed. What a ball! Very unimpressed appeals, celebrations from Diamond Creek, which is understandable considering the situation of the game. But that was a great ball, that was a great wicket. And here comes the new batsman. And there we go, the Diamond Creek huddle has dispersed. So that is the 8th wicket to go. So here we go, the new batsman's finally come out to the middle. Still a lot of the over to go. And leaves it alone. Comes into bowl. and drives it, and they're going to go for a run because there's a gap there behind the bowler, so they get one. Good work. So now it looks like the Diamond Cricket just trying to take the remaining 2 wickets to end the game. That Riverside are just going to be batting out this innings. And leg lances it down to the fine leg region, but there's no fine leg, so the backward square leg has to chase it. They've gotten 2. They could think of a third on the arm, but they are not interested in it. So, a successful over for Diamond Creek. 164 for 8. This is the 57th over. 4 overs to go before the drinks break. Dirk to continue to bowl from the Elizabeth Street end. Oh! But the batsman trying to play the ball as a straight ball, and it spun back into his body. But he was way outside the line of off stump. Comes into bowl and tries to... That was the sucker ball. It was loopy. It was wide outside the off stump. He went wild, whoosh at it. Got a thick inside edge back to the bowl. That's the kind of sucker ball that traps a tail ender. Comes into bowl and defends it. Back to the bowler for another dot ball. Comes into bowl and plays it defensively. Comes into bowl and goes for the wild slog, but goes straight to mid-off for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and defends it. Back to the bowler. That is a maiden. 164 for 8 still. Continues to bowl and pushes it into the covers, fielded by mid-off for a dot ball. So this is the 58th over. Comes into bowl, and it's an inside edge, and it gets fielded by square leg. Dot ball there. All of the Riverside fielders, Riverside had been over in the shade near the cricket nets, but now they've moved back to the pavilion and driven into the short cover again for another dot ball. Comes into bowl and tries to play a leg length. They're going to go for a quick single and they make it. So very well run there by the batsman. Bit of a gap there in the short mid-wicket region, and so that was opportunity for him to call through a quick run. Comes into bowl and drives it. Fielded in the short cover region. Comes into bowl and driven through the glanced through the gap in the mid-wicket region. They got one, they're going to get two. The fielders are chasing it. They're going to pick it up now. They're going to go for a third on the arm. They do go for a third on the arm and they make it. 3 runs there. $168 for 8. Comes into bowl and it's a big slog and it goes through that little gap in the offside in between all those points. They're going to get 2. Fielder's still chasing it down. They're going to go for a 3rd. And they jog through an easy 3. So this is the 59th over, and now Riverside are into the 170s, and so the danger of them getting bowled out for just 150 is gone now, because that would have looked rather bad, and leaves it alone. So if Riverside had have restricted Diamond Creek to just 100, and then they themselves had only been able to score 140 or 150, it wouldn't have looked that good. But now that they're getting into the 170, 180 area, it suggests something very different. It suggests not only a great bowling performance, but a great batting performance. So they should be, now they've pretty much outplayed Diamond Creek in every area of the game. Comes into bowl and pushes it into the covers for a dot ball. Dirk is bowling fairly well here. Comes into bowl and drives it and fielded again in the covers. And comes into bowl and it's short and he plays it defensively off the back foot. So 3 runs off the over, it's 171 for 8. Comes into bowl and drives it. And mid-on runs around. Oh, there's going to be a fielding mistake. So they get 1. This is the 60th over. Now what will happen at the end of this over? Comes into bowl and tries to play under the leg side, but harmlessly dribbles to mid-wicket for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and drives it, but mid-on secures it for another dot ball. Comes into bowl and over the head of the fielders at mid-off and mid-on, and mid-on chases it. They're going to get 2 and they're happy with 2. So 2 runs there, very good shot, got underneath it and launched it through in the air. And now the lead is 70. Comes into bowl and drives it into the covers, harmlessly for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and drives it aggressively over the head of the fielders, and the fielder at mid-off has to chase it down, and he does chase it down, and they get a couple there. End of the over, it's 176 for 8. Okay. The Dirk into bowl and drives it, and fielded by the mid-off fielder. Dot ball. Comes into bowl and big slog over the head of the mid-off fielder. He's chasing it, and it crashes into the fence. No, he doesn't. Yes, it does. 4 runs. So, Bedurk into bowl. And pulls it, or slog sweep it, down, far down into the boundary of the mid-wicket region. 4 more. 2 boundaries in a row. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. Starting to get later in the day. The shadows are becoming longer, but the sun is still very bright, very shiny. Comes into bowl and pulls it, or slogs it I should say, and it goes fielded by the mid-off for 1 run. Sort of a sloggy sweep sort of shot, ending up not curving around but instead hitting it straightward. Comes into bowl and drives it harmlessly into the covers for a dot ball. End of the over.
The sun is hanging low on the skyline, on the sleepy old Ohio town. And the people think that change is the devil, so the sun is not allowed to go down. And the driver's eyes are glued to the rear view, cause his car is always in reverse. And if you race to where you've already been, then you are always gonna get there first. Yeah, welcome to the town of a sundown. Welcome to the town of a sundown. Welcome to the land that time forgot. Welcome to the town of a sundown. Welcome to the town of a sundown. Well, it sure ain't much, but it's the only town I got. Every time I open the paper, to the letters to the editor page, the troglodytes who can't keep their mouths shut, they've really got me in a fume-in-a rage. The self-appointed king of the virtues, trying to sell us what we threw away. He's a dumpster-diving prophet, he could rule the USA. Yeah, welcome to the town of a sundown. Welcome to the town of a sundown. Welcome to the land that time forgot. Welcome to the town of a sundown. Welcome to the town of a sundown. Well, it sure ain't much, but it's the only town I've got. This is what our children inherit. It's what our parents left behind for us. The trophies in your grandpa's old basement, with a thicker coat of rust and dust. I guess there's nothing left to discover, so let's just park our cars and rest. Cause the mission here's accomplished. Don't it feel like a success? Yeah, welcome to the town of a sundown. Welcome to the town of a sundown. Welcome to the land that time forgot. Welcome to the town of the sundown. Welcome to the town of the sundown. Well, there sure ain't much, but it's the only town I've got. Welcome to the town of the sundown. Welcome to the town of the sundown. Welcome to the land that time forgot. Welcome to the town of the sundown. Welcome to the town of the sundown. Well, it sure ain't much, but it's the only town I've got.